Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. I want to begin by thanking God, of course, for the opportunity to read for all of you today. And I want to thank all of you. So I hope that the reading brings some clarity to your situation. Remember, this is a general reading. So some parts may be for you, some parts may not be for you. The whole reading may be for you, the whole reading may not be for you. So take it as it resonates. So I want to begin by talking about when I shine bright, I give others permission to shine with me. This would be someone who is not in competition. This is someone who has a lot of joy within their soul. They flourish when they see other people flourish. So that's how I believe this card resonates for me. So hopefully it resonates for you in that way. And if there's something that you want to let me know, please feel free to comment. So next I want to start reading out of the Bible. So I'm at Psalm 37. So I'm not going to read all of it because it's very long. I will read Psalm 37, 1 through Psalm 37, 17. Do not fret because of evil men, or be envious of those who do wrong. For like the grass they will soon wither, like green plants they will soon die away. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Delight yourself in the Lord and He will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will do this. He will make your righteousness shine like the dawn, the justice of your cause like the noonday sun. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Do not fret when men succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret. It leads only to evil. For evil men will be cut off, but those who hope in the Lord will inherit the land. A little while, and the wicked will be no more. Though you look for them, they will not be found, but the meek will inherit the land and enjoy great peace. The wicked plot against the righteous and gnash their teeth at them, but the Lord laughs at the wicked, for He knows their day is coming. The wicked draw the sword and bend the bow, to bring down the poor and needy, to slay those whose ways are upright. But their swords will pierce their own hearts, and their bows will be broken. Better the little that the righteous have than the wealth of many wicked. For the power of the wicked will be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. So, it's crazy how there were some scriptures that resonated with the card when I shine bright. So, God is amazing. Always be thankful, and always have love and God in the forefront of your life. So, out of my love cards, I have love can bring in gratitude. Being thankful, right? Love can catapult your life. Love can make you go in the right direction. And when you are ready to speak up and out for the Lord, and when you are ready to stand up, when you see people doing wrong or acting wrong or making wrong statements, God is going to catapult your life. He's going to make you strong. He's going to make you unstoppable. He's going to make you love yourself so much and have so much gratitude for the gift of life that God has given you. Love can be addicting. So I think that's one thing that we don't have enough of is love in the world. And sometimes people who are really addicted to love, they love unconditionally, and the love never stops. So an example would be like, I have a brother that is a year and a few days older than me, and I came here from Hawaii in December 2020, and there was some sort of misunderstanding, and he wasn't able to just tell me how he really felt, and everything blew up, and I left after 16 days of staying with him. And on his part, he thought that I was just going to not do anything with my life, and I was depending on him to do everything for me. And on my part, he promised me that he would give me a job. He promised me that I could stay with him and he would help me get on my feet. And he promised that, we both promised really each other that we could do things together. So when I left, I don't know, it was a big struggle, and God wanted me to touch his heart, and so we ran into each other a few times at the park, and the last time that I saw him, I hugged him when I walked up, and I hugged him when he was ready to leave. And it was a mending period. So what does that have to do with being addicting? Not really too much, I guess. But for me, it's important for me to let people know that regardless what the past was, that I still had love for him. Okay? So love, the world needs it. I was speaking to my niece today, and I said, the world is backwards. Bad things are now seen as good. Good things are now seen as bad. And growing up, my grandmother, she would be preaching to everybody that came to the house, and I loved spending time with her. And my dear uncle, her only son, and he's the only one left out of my mom's siblings, including my mother. But back in the day, he didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to hear what Grandma had to say, and he kind of turned away from her and said, "Mom, you're crazy." And he left. And I never saw my grandmother as crazy. And today he's doing his best to practice peace, I believe. And he watches his Sunday sermons on his computer and does what they were doing during COVID times, was just having the preacher's words put online. But for today, like I said, people see evil as good and good as evil. And even God is showing us by making the animals show us love. So, we're fortunate to have the internet in some ways, and there's a lot of videos about how a fox would go and find a person who would follow them, and it turned out that a rabbit needed help, and something to that effect. So the animals are here to show us what unconditional true love is, that they're not from the same species, but they're doing what God wants them to do, and that's to show us humans how to love. So if you've watched any of those videos, or if you have something, please comment. I'd be interested in knowing more about my readers. Okay, love can clean our air. So for me, that resonates with my brother. We both had clouds over us regarding our relationship, and maybe over the next couple months, maybe the next couple years, we can hang out and just spend time. So that's another thing. I was speaking to my niece. She's in her 40s, and her daughter's close to being 20. And she says, Auntie, hanging out used to mean, people at the same place. Today, hanging out is a hookup, so we have to be careful about our words. So I just wanted to clear that up. Okay, the last card, love can make you invest in yourself. To invest in yourself is to be able to go focus on what you need in your life. Focus on the things that make you happy. Focus on your monetary and spiritual gains. I should not have said monetary before spiritual, but spiritual is the most important. Spiritual wealth is far more greater than worldly material wealth. Although we need money to live, we need money to buy our groceries, to pay for our car, to pay for our utilities, to pay for our home, to pay for repairs, to pay for our kids, their needs, and so forth and so on. But as above, so below. When you are spiritual wealthy, you will make better choices for your life, which will make your worldly life better. Okay, so out of my box of cards, the first card I have is, you touch every place in my heart. So maybe this is something you've said to your person. Person could be your significant, the one that you want in your life. It could relate to a family member. It could be a best friend. And the next one is perfectionist, mastery, time, attention, and detail. People work on themselves. They want to master. Everybody wants to master something different. I would say, like, some women want to master a perfect body. So what women need to realize is, you could have the most perfect face. You could have the most perfect shape. You could have spent thousands on workout equipment. You could have spent thousands on medical procedures. You could focus on what you look like. But is that really the most important? For me, I've always, every job I ever had, I tried to master it. I tried to do the best job that I could, because the finished product is going to, tell my client who I am and where I come from. So we all have a choice in what we want to master. And God has given me this opportunity to work on myself and share it with all of you, and to master my life, to make my life the best that it could be. For God, He knows when your time is up, and He knows who you are. He knows what your spirit is crying for. He knows how to heal you. He knows what your thoughts are. He knows you, mind, body, and soul, inside and out. I heard a reader say, and it reminded me of my grandmother, that God knows every hair on the top of your head. He knows how many hair, how many individual hair that you have on the top of your head. And God is perfection. God is perfect. God is our master. Okay? Okay, so heal your pains. Maybe you've told your person this. You have issues. You need to heal yourself. I'll be over here working on myself while you do your healing. When you have healed, then come and find me. Come and share with me, and let's do this thing together. This thing could be anything. It could be working as a partnership. It could be a relationship, a friendship. It could be a spouse, that kind of relationship where you go off and get married. It could be many things. So healing your pain doesn't mean that that person is going to be coming back to you. It really doesn't. Maybe that person was meant to be in your life so that you could heal your pains. Maybe that person reflected to you what you needed to work on yourself. Maybe you are destined to be together. Okay, it's your journey, and you have to find what's true for you. And sometimes your twin flame, your soulmate, is tied up somewhere else, and maybe in spirit they want to be with you, but they feel like in the physical world they can't. So if that's the case for you, heal your pains. The best self-care, by all means, do it naturally. Eating healthier foods. I'm still, I kind of, I get on a roller coaster where some days I do really good and some days I don't do so good. So living by myself, I have to be determined to add more vegetables into my diet, to make sure I get enough fruit, to not live on bread and dairy and meats as a complete meal. I have to learn to balance all of that. I have to monitor my blood pressure. I have to make sure that I get enough exercise. I have to make sure that I get enough rest. And I have to pay attention to what my body's telling me. So over the weekend, I wasn't really feeling right, and I had just got a new blood pressure machine that was still in its shipping container, this little bag, and I was guided to open it up and take my blood pressure, and it was like 180 something over like 110, and I started panicking, and panicking doesn't really help the situation. So I had to rest up, and I had to get a meeting with my doctor and tell her what's going on in my life. And she believes it has to do with stress, worrying about different things. So when we are away from people that we love, we really have to let them go. If they're not communicating with you, if they're not reaching out to you, they want you to chase them. But who wants to chase? Who has time and energy to chase something that's probably never going to happen? And actually, I sent the same message to two people in my life that I really care about. And the message was, I will never beg you to be in my life. I will never chase you. If this is the way you want it, then it is what it is. Those aren't the exact words, but not only are those words haunting me, because I took a stand. There's two people that are very important in my life, and I have to do what's right for me. And if I worry about the situation, my blood pressure goes up. So is my health worth, am I sacrificing my health because of how I feel? And if they're not coming back to me and they're not reaching out, then I really don't have any choice but to keep working on myself and keep moving forward in my life. So there comes a time where you have to restructure your mindset. You have to restructure what is your forward movement. You have to restructure more prayer in your life. I should pray more, but I just feel like God has so many people praying for help, so many people praying for their needs, that my needs, God has He has taken care of so many of my needs, that how could I bother Him in saying prayers? The only thing I could do is send these two people love, and send them healing energies, and let them know that, basically if people aren't telling them or showing them that they are loved, I'm here to say that I love you. And I try to be grateful, and I try to be thankful that God has come through for me in so many ways. And when I see how He's come through, I cannot unsee. And that's part of, it's one little intricate part of why I keep doing the readings. Because I can't unsee how God has touched my life. I can't turn my back on God. Okay. So the next card, maybe this is something you wanted to say to your person, or maybe your person has wanted to say it to you, but for whatever reason, those words cannot come out. So someone wants you to know, or you want someone to know, that you want to sow a seed with that other person. A seed of love, a seed of truth, a seed of fruitfulness, a seed of abundance, a seed of love, whatever it is for you. Okay. All right, so Leonard Skinner's song came out, it's Simple Man, and one of the words in that song is take your time, don't live too fast. Okay? So I'm a fan of Leonard Skinner from back in the day. Not a fan like a groupie, just an appreciation of that song. Okay? So next we're going to go to our angel number. So we have the Eight of Wands, talks about communication. Seven of Coins has to do with money, right? Getting your money together. And this is the High Priestess. So it's 872, but I want to read out of it for you. So the Eight of Wands Progress, breakthrough, events moving quickly. On the threshold of something new, promises or proposals. Object of desire or envy. Hasty decisions or actions. Quarrels or harassment. I think the hasty decisions or actions. Quarrels and harassment is if it's turned upside down. Okay, then the 7 of Coins. Profit, growth, progress, valuable assets, fruits of labor, hard toil, on a learning curve. Anxiety around money, potential for improved status or work promotion. And then the High Priestess, Major Arcana. Which is a 2. Moon Goddess, deep knowledge, intuition, foresight, intelligence, enlightenment, understanding, wisdom, science, education, inspiration, mystery, divination, prophecy, sanctuary. Upside down, it could be pride, ego, surface knowledge, emotional instability, unforgiving. All right, so the 8 regards to power, the 7 regards to spirituality, and the 2 regards to balance. So let's see what the angel number has to say. 872. And I always use Joanne Scribes. Number 872 is a compilation of the energies and attributes of number 8 and number 7 and the vibrations of number 2. Number 8 relates to self-reliance, reality, manifesting wealth and positive abundance, self-confidence, discernment, and good judgment, achievement, giving and receiving, philanthropy, and serving humanity, and karma. The universal spiritual law of cause and effect. Number 7 is a number of spirituality, philosophy, and philosophical thoughtfulness and understanding others, discernment, deep contemplation, introspection, knowledge seeking, study, education, and learning, empathic and psychic abilities. Number 2 brings decisiveness, diplomacy, charm, partnership and relationships, cooperation, consideration, receptivity, and love. Adaptability, balance and harmony, and serving your life path and soul mission. Angel number 872 brings a message to set your intentions and focus upon your goals, but know that it is okay to evolve and change your mind. Adjust as you go along and do what feels right. Live in the moment and be aware of the signs and synchronicities that will appear in your life to guide and assist you. See the bigger picture and enjoy the adventure of your life. Angel number 872 suggests that you have been working from the heart to help, assist, and serve others, and you have been living your life mission and soul purpose with compassion and commitment. The angels applaud you in your efforts and fully support and encourage you to continue on your current path. Trust that your commitment to serving others will result in blessings and rewards entering your life and the manifestation of true desires. Angel number 872 brings a message from the angels that you are on the right path in your life. You have been following your intuition and inner wisdom exactly as divined and have achieved a great deal on all levels. Continue to pursue your life purpose with passion and persistence, and you will be assured success. Trust the path that the universe has set out for you. Okay, so that's the angel number. So again, I want to reiterate, this communication could be communication. Someone wants to work with you, and they see you as a high priestess, or however that works for you. So it's someone communicating partnership of the financial working together. Two heads are better than one, and either you are the high priestess or you are here watching regarding a high priestess. Okay, so I pulled out 6 cards from the Tattoo Tarot, so it's kind of interesting how it comes out. So this is what I believe. We have a King of Coins who's a king, okay? Let me just read it for you. A dark man, characterful person, master, successful, valor, victory, bravery, experience, intelligence. Okay, so this King of Coins is showing strength. Major Arcana. Fortitude, resilience, strength of mind, courage, resolve, confidence, integrity, moral victory, spiritual rectitude, endurance, energy, action, vitality. Okay. Maybe they're in the healing process of this broken hearts. 3 of Swords. Disruptive forces, incompatibility, heartache, distance, absence, alienation, unrest, confusion, delay, loss of bearings. And then this says loss of moral compass. Resolving a moral dilemma. Victory through right action. The healing power of pure intentions. No pain, no gain. So this King of Coins is looking at this Empress who could very well be the High Priestess. The Queen, feminine power, matriarch, mother, fertility, pleasure, luxury, beauty, success, initiative, evolution, movement, marriage, wealth. Okay, over attachment. So maybe this person's a little bit obsessed. So this Empress could also be a Queen of Wands. Lady of manner, charming, magnetic and friendly, loving, honorable, understanding, sympathetic and practical, likes money but understands economy. So upside down, or even regular, people could look at her like she's a snob, that she's a snob, obstinacy, deceit, social introduction, business success. Okay, so the last card is really interesting because it's Temperance, so that's a Sagittarius. So on these cards are all indicating, well, the Empress is a Queen of Wands. She's very passionate about her life, but she might be a Sagittarius because that's the Temperance card. All right, so moving forward, I have my animals that are endangered species. So we have the North Atlantic right whale. It is a critically endangered but baleen whale found in the North Atlantic and along the eastern seaboard. Okay, when I clicked on it, let me just read what it says. The North Atlantic right whale is among the most endangered of the world's large whales. Historically depleted by commercial whaling, vessel strikes and fishing gear entanglements are now the largest threats to right whales. The coastal waters off Florida and Georgia are the only known calving area for North Atlantic right whales, and these waters have been designated as right whale critical habitat by the NOAA fisheries. Right whales are typically sighted off Florida between November and April. So, again, I like to keep you all informed because our ecosystem changes when we lose a species of animal. And being overfished, being, the ships are moving too fast, I don't know. But the whales are getting hit by vessels, and then the fishing lines and rubbish. It's so important to be a steward of the world, right? Take your part, do your part. If you're at the park or if you're at the beach and you see trash, try to do the right thing and take care of Mother Earth. All right, so now I have some cards from the Psychic Tarot. So I see that someone has a love that they want to happen, or it's already happening. Love begins. It's leaving someone in mental conflict. So say if it's a third party and this person, I say it's a man because there's a man there. Say he's with someone physically, but spiritually he's with someone else. So the one that he's with physically has him, but everything else, someone else has him. Which role would you want to be if you were the woman? Both women are obviously in pain over this. Maybe both of them actually love this person, right? And he's in a mental conflict as to what to do. He might be comfortable where he's at, but if he's always thinking about someone else, not only is he damaging the one that he's reaching out to that's at a distance, but he's also hurting the person he's laying with. So all three are entangled in this situation. So that's why I say if you are in this situation, you really got to love him enough to let him be, but he has to love himself to choose whatever's right for him. Maybe he's like a big teddy bear and he doesn't want to hurt the person he's with to say, hey, I really want to go over there. I really want to start something new over there. And that's kind of where he's at. Either he's thinking about this new beginning, or he's told the person that he's physically with, hey, I'm not happy here. I want to go over there. So, the person who's at the distance, do they really want someone who is going to hop, skip, and a jump? Because who's to say that he's not going to do the same to you, right? If you are the one at a distance. So, it's painful. Love can be painful, okay? Because we choose our situations, and then love comes knocking at the door. It's like the right person, the wrong time. If it's the right person that's at a distance, but the wrong time, it might as well just be cut off, because if that person can't make a decision, then you'll be in this waiting period, this holding tank, wasting your life, waiting on him to come through. To have faith, you know, it's I don't really know how to explain it. For me, anyways, is that I send love and light and healing energies to really all three parties, and I say, whatever happens, happens, and just let it be. Let each individual choose what they want in their life. Okay, so through this, someone is going to have conflict and defeat. If this is a third party, then either the person in the physical is going to feel in conflict and defeat, or the person at a distance. The person at a distance is probably living their life, their best life that they can live without that one that they really truly love, right? No one deserves to be put on hold. At the same time, is this the love of your life that you're going to close the door on? And I actually, one of my girlfriends, she told me that the person that she felt was the love of her life, I'm not sure exactly what all happened, but when they broke it off, and they both went their separate ways, and she bumped into him, and he wanted to have a relation with her, and she's like, no, I'm not going to just, hop in the sack with you, and then he went off and married someone else. So who really knows what coulda, woulda, shoulda, and hopefully they both found their happiness. Okay, so it's going to take this person in conflict to use their wisdom, to use their own wisdom, their own connection with God. How do I choose? Which way do I go? What's right for me? Through the prayers to get the answers, through the inner knowing. If this person already has the inner knowing, then chances are he's already told this other person, hey, I'm leaving you here because my heart's over there. It's just something that has to be understood. It doesn't really have to be explained. And for me, I wouldn't want to be with somebody whose mind is always at a distance. I want someone who's going to fully envelop our situation, who's going to be all about me so I could be all about them, and not them, but him, and together we could be about us, and the whole Trinity thing. I want someone who's going to not only love themselves, but love God and love me. And I just feel like with God at the forefront and a constant love, a strong connection will not be broken. Okay, so the foundation achievements. So this person, I don't know, is this somewhere where he's been? And I say he because there's a man there, and we're talking about the conflicted guy. So is he with someone who he has a child with, or is this foundation somewhere else that he knows he wants to build, he sees in his future? So if they were together before and they had a child, that's a possibility. Or they're going to have a child. So some transformations have to take place before that happens. And transformation happens really to all three. If this is a third party reading for you, okay? So next we have card from the native. Native Spirit and its Vision Quest. Sacred Seeker, take time away from people and situations. Step back, withdraw. Inner truth is emerging in stillness, but first you need to retreat. Know that you're guided. Look for your answers in different ways. The answers are around you. Watch for signs in the coming day. Trust that your life is being directed. Your native spirit wants you to know in earth-based cultures, larger questions about life are often answered on Vision Quest or solo retreats in nature. Questions such as, who am I? What am I meant to do with my life? And what is my mission and my purpose in life? Were often answered on quests of various kinds. Even if you don't have burning questions, when this card chooses you, it's telling you to take time away from your ordinary life. Take time to explore the depths of your soul. Your soul knows the truth. Take time in quietude to discover what it is. The answers to your questions are all around you, but you must be still to hear the message. Spend time alone, preferably in nature, without your cell phone and the internet, and even without pencil and paper or books. Simply be. Listen to the world around you. Be still. Watch for signs. Open your heart to receive messages from the divine. Okay. Alright, so next we have the animal messages, and we have the chameleon. Conceal ambition with patience until it's time to make your move. Chameleon is at one with herself and her world. Her senses subtle, artful, otherworldly. Her very skin sensing her environment and mimicking the colors that surround her. Be aware of subtle energies, the etheric vibrations that emanate from all of us. Psychic visions from afar, and trust to their message. In the tricky world of business, bide your time. Become gray and unnoticeable, perfectly positioned to assess the myriad currents and independent ambitions at play, and only then, like chameleon striking a fly, make your move. Okay, so next we have some cards from the Akashic Tarot. The first one is the 8 regarding power. That's Archangel Raphael. Major Arcana. Open yourself to the presence and touch of the Archangel Raphael, who stands beside you now. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and feel your whole self filled with the healing energy of boundless love. Every cell, every thought, every moment vibrates with the radiant power and love of Raphael. Next is the 5 of Scrolls, diversity. Your life has turned into a smorgasbord of opportunities. Close your eyes and imagine an array of all the many different things that interest you. Give yourself permission to try them. How can you do that in the coming weeks? 5 has to do with change. 7, this is 7 of Forces regarding balance, and that has a card of spirituality. So we have the 8 and 7 from the angel number 2. So 8 and 7 could resonate for you. Okay. Seven of Forces. Close your eyes and see yourself putting on the robes of a court judge. Look upon any situation in your life that requires a balanced understanding, whether it's an actual legal matter or any other situation. See it with the wisdom of Solomon and determine what to do next. And the last card, which is another 5, is Major Arcana, initiation of the Count Saint Germain. Okay, so it's 14. Close your eyes and see yourself on the path of your initiation with the Count Saint Germain beside you. Feel your energy and receptivity heighten as your vibration quickens, realizing there are no limits or hindrances. What's next for you? So something just came to mind, and that was people making you choose like the life of a Christian. And I started second guessing like this whole tarot thing, and like, should I just put it down and start going to a Christian church? And then I had to realize that God brought me out of a horrific marriage that was just draining every ounce of energy out of my life. And I was doing everything I could to keep above water. And every time I surpassed who I was the day before, was the next day was more taxing of how much more can she put up with. You know, I had to rethink the signs that I've seen and how God has touched my heart regarding my dead mother coming to visit me. I've had I was actually living in an apartment that a guy fell off that floor, and his spirit was still there. And I had to call my sister, God bless her soul, she's passed away now, but she instructed me to tell him if I knew his name, and I did. It was Frank. Tell Frank to go to the light. He doesn't know that he's dead. He's still walking around. And so I told Frank every time I felt him, which was 3 times, after my sister told me that, I said, Frank, you're not alive anymore, you're dead. Follow the light, go to the light. And after the 3rd time, he was gone. I had to remind myself of my twin flame journey. I had to remind myself of the path that God has put me on. I had to, so what I'm saying is, I'm not saying Catholics are wrong. I'm not saying that Christ wasn't here doing good work. What I'm saying is, we can't judge other people. We can't judge other religions. That's not our job. Our job is to